Hello everyone, it's Kari here to share another fun card with you using new products from Missing Stamps. Today I have the Cat People stamp set, which has some really cute images, some cute cats, little sayings and wall hangings. And then I'm going to bring in a few stencils. I've got a couple to choose from here. I've got the A2 masking stencils and also the Ins and Outs Marquis Stencil, which has kind of a frame to it. So that's really lovely. Missing has quite a few of those designs, and this one I think works really well for the card I have in mind. Then I brought in a few other stencils, some round stencils because I thought they would mirror the little cat pictures really well, and also another design called Enchanted. So I'll decide on which one I want to use of those in just a minute, but first let's start with the stenciling of the Ins and Outs Marquis Stencil. So this comes with a couple different layers, and you can see there are some lines to help you line it up perfectly on your A2 sized panel. So this is 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. And I'm lining that up and then deciding that I want to use this Enchanted one. So I'm going to add that to the top. So we're layering 2 stencils at a time to get this look. Now you can see I haven't cleaned my stencil in a while. That's okay. It's going to give me a little variation in color, and I'm fine with that today. I'm using some picked raspberry ink because this is going to be a pink themed card. And look, we're going to get a nice, soft, fun design in the background. So I can remove both of those stencils and then bring in one of the next layers for this Marquis Ins and Outs stencil, and that's going to create the frame for us. I decided to bring in a navy blue ink for this frame, and I'm just going to ink around that entire frame. I love the look of this. I think it's so original to Missing Stamps. And if you haven't seen the other Ins and Outs layering dies with the different shapes that they have, I do recommend you go check them all out because they are wonderful for using in card making. This is probably one of the larger ones. They also have some smaller ones for some spot details that you might want to add to your cards. But look how beautiful that pink and navy blue looks together. Now I can go ahead and stamp my images. I'm going to choose this lady right here that we're going to dress in pink, and one of the cats, and all of these little cat photos. They've got the cutest little frames around them, and we're going to color those up to hang on the wall. Then I'm choosing some other cats from a couple other stamp sets from Missing Stamps. There's this one in this So Charming set, and that other one that I just showed you. I'll link all those sets so you can check them out. And then I thought this little otter would be fun to use, so I'm pulling him out of even another stamp set. I'm going to stamp all those together and then color them up. Now for this lady, I wanted to color her with pink with brown hair, so I've already colored up her outfit here. I'm using some E50s to color up her hair, and then I'm going to add some plaid to her little outfit. So I found a really fun trick for doing this, but I'll finish coloring up her hair with these E50 colors first. Look how fun that is. And go back and forth with some of these colors, and that's basically my method for coloring. So you can see that there, and I've got some coordinating dies to cut these out, but before we cut them out, I'm going to bring in this plaid stencil to add some extra details. So I'll mask off the side of her skirt here with some mint tape, and then take my smaller brush and add just a couple of those plaid spots. I'm going to move this around so I get the smaller plaid for her dress or her skirt here. And then I'm going to move that up and add some to her jacket as well. I think this is a fun way to add extra detail to your coloring. I'm adding a little more mint tape over her hand here to make sure I don't get pink on her hand. And you'll see I forgot to tape off the right side, so I did get some of that plaid over the edge, but some of that is going to get cut off when we die cut it, and I'll show you what to do with the other part. So look at that. a fun little plaid design on her dress. Yeah, I have a little trick for fixing some of that. But I'll cut all these out with the coordinating dies here. And look how cute these all are. We're just about ready to put our card together now. So there we go. And now I'm going to fix some of that plaid that went off the edge. First, I'll add a little bit of silver detailing to the plaid. So it looks like she has one of the, the plaid outfits that used to have little threads of silver or gold. I just thought that would be fun. It's a subtle little addition. I can see it in real life. You probably can't see it as well in the video. Just a little bit of silver. And then I've got a white paint pen here. I'm going to clean up around the edges so you won't be able to see some of the plaid that got off the edges there. And then I'll add a little dot to her eyes just for that extra little highlight. And that's going to do it. That's really going to fix this up. So you can see that that really covered well. I am enjoying this paint pen. So let me hold this up closer for you to see. There we go. Practically perfect. So now we can go ahead and add all of this to our card. I'm just going to lay this out here, kind of how I want it to go. And she must be a cat lady because she has all her cats around her. And then there's this otter. I don't know. I just thought it would be fun to add a little something different. Then she's got her pictures of all her cats on the wall too. Just like that. And then I'm picking out a really cute sentiment from the same Cat Lady stamp set. And I'll stamp that on before I add everything. I'm going to use the same navy blue ink. And it says, "How lovely to see your bright smiling face." Such a cute little sentiment there. So now I'm going to pop up these little cat photos with some foam circles. And that'll pop them right off the background and give a little extra dimension. And once I do that, I will glue down that cat lady and then pop up the cats and the otters all around her, just to add a little extra dimension and fun. So I glued her straight down. And then these cats are popped up not as much as the cat photos, but just a little bit. So using some smaller little dots here to add those. So now that I've added all the cats and that little otter, I'm going to add a navy blue matte frame around the edge. So I do need to trim this down just a little bit. So I'm going to cut a little off each side, maybe about 1/8 of an inch off each side. And that'll leave us enough room for the navy blue border. Simple to do, and just to have a little extra border to give an extra layer is really, really nice. So I'm going to glue that on with liquid adhesive, and then we'll add this to our card base, just like so. And I do need to trim a little of that card base. You can see there's a little extra there, so I'll trim that. And there's our card for today. How cute is she with her little plaid outfit, all her cats around her. How lovely to see her bright smiling face. I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll be back with more card inspiration real soon. I hope you have a really fun, crafty day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.